All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, take your seats, grab a coffee, grab some popcorn. Let's do this. So come on in, come in, come in, come in, come in. Totally cool. What a showing. Come on, come on, come on. And we'll give everyone a minute to get in. And let's just like really have some fun tonight. I mean, I'm in a good mood. I'm always in a good mood though. And everyone else is in a good mood because I speak to I don't want to say literally everyone, that's a lie. I speak to the majority of, that's a lie too. Well, how about this? This is not a lie. I speak to the majority of our people on a weekly basis. On a daily basis, I speak to a lot of them. All right, Jean. So Jean-Pierre, how do I apply to get a product on the marketplace? You know what, let's jump right into that. In fact, I'll do a bit of a screen share while we're doing this. And then we can just kind of, everyone can catch up. Okay, so where we'll start, and actually, so you know what, let's just start here, right? I know it's 8:01, these calls are recorded. I think at least over 100 times they're rewatched. But this week, the focus of our week has been on Rhino Marketplace. In fact, we have just hired a new team member, Natalia, who started last week, which by the end of this week, she's going to be fully functional in terms to be introduced to the entire audience. We do not just hire someone and say, okay, hey, listen, go talk to our people. There is an onboarding process. There is a training process that we make sure everyone that is on our team is exactly who we want on our team. That being said, by the end of this week, we're going to have an email out to every single member inviting you onto Rhino Marketplace, Rhino University, right? Upon inviting you onto Rhino University, you're going to get an email saying, okay, here you go, fill this out. Upon filling it out, you're going to have the moment or the question where it's, is this an existing business or a future business? That's either or is going to trigger the response email because you're going to get an immediate reply email right back to you. If it's an existing business, you'll have a different set of questions and a different form than if it's a future business. If it's a future business, obviously different questions. Once you complete those two emails with those two forms, if it's an existing business, you'll find it up on the marketplace within a day. If it's a future business, you're going to be working with Natalia and our team over the telephone, via email, and building out your website, building out your value proposition, your mission statement, your products, putting it all together so that it is then worthy of being on the marketplace. So that is what is coming, right? That's going to be by Friday. But Jean wants to know how to get in the marketplace now, which is available to everyone. So why not start there, right? So let's start on google.com. And you will go ahead and type in distributive marketing. Now, all of us know distributivemarketing.com is our page, right? But because we as a team, and I cannot stress this enough to everyone, I am simply the leader. I am not the owner. Yes, it was my idea, but what is an idea and whose idea is really any idea, right? And I don't mean to get philosophical, but how many times have you hung out with how many people where you had a good idea and no one did anything, and then a year later someone looks at each other and says, that was my idea. Remember when we came up with it? I should have done it. Well, was that their idea? Or was it the idea of the person that did it? Or was it the idea of someone 5 years prior? The point is, I'm the person that's doing it. That doesn't mean it's my idea. It means I've come up with it and I'm doing it, but that does not mean someone didn't come up with it before me. I am simply the leader, meaning because we all do go on the site in this manner, we're going to see something really cool right now, right? Because I was speaking to one of our members in California earlier, and he had never been on our site. And I said to him, I go, you know what's really cool? We're number one on Google. Number one on Google, Anthony, seriously? Like Google's it's a pretty big search engine. Yeah, we're number one. He goes, so you're telling me I could just type in 2 words like distributive marketing and you're gonna come up number one. I said, well, you're gonna have people that have paid ads that are gonna come up before me, but we'll be the first company without a paid ad. And it is a total credit to what we're doing right now. Go on Google, type in distributive space marketing. Boom. How cool is that? Yeah, you have paid ads. These guys paid for these spots. This is free. This is organic traffic. Now, if you remember about a month ago when we introduced Rhino Marketplace, what was the value proposition to Rhino Marketplace? That's our company, that's our website. We get so much traffic that SEO-wise, search engine optimization-wise, your company would get traffic just for simply being on our page. And because we have all of the companies on Marketplace, all on Marketplace, each company has a different, hey, this company makes apple pie, this company makes baseball bats, this company makes t-shirts. Since each one of those companies does different things, we would effectively own and be able to aggregate all of the major keywords. Therefore, anybody that has a business on Marketplace would receive so much organic traffic that if we simply did nothing for you, you would be better off for having it. So it was a paid service. Since then, we've decided to make all of our services for free because we have bigger goals. And we're going to get into all that, but we do have new people on every day. So I want to make sure that we do verbalize what it is that we're doing and who we are, right? So for all those that are new, we're kind of a big deal because look at who's behind us. Sprouts Loud, I don't know who they are. Salesforce, I know who they are. Globe Newswire, apparently I'm illiterate. Wikipedia, Economic Times, WBOC, I'm sure they're big. Smallbusiness.com, right? Like these are pretty big names. We're ahead of all of them. So let's start there. And this isn't something we could make up, right? In fact, let's play a little game. Let's play incognito window game, right? Boom. Let's play another game. Let's play incognito duck, duck, go game, right? There. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, it's an ad, right? So we know who we are. All right, so where were we? Like, let's get into this. I have a chat up, so I see people type in. Anthony can be whatever. He's the man. Gavin, you're the man. Bruce, I did send you my business to Rhino Marketplace 2 or 3 days ago. Did you receive it? So I'm sure they received it. Let's start there. Because we're training Natalia this week, I suspect there's a possibility that, okay, everything wasn't exactly streamlined as it should be, which is totally embarrassing to even say. But I know Bruce, and Bruce is a household name where we are. So I want to say that it's received. I want to say that by Friday, it will be up, or at least she'll be in direct contact. What I will say is that upon the completion of this webinar, I'm going to be in contact with my team saying, hey, listen, I was quite embarrassed on our webinar tonight because Bruce, who owns God knows how much coin, has been with us for God knows how long, says that he sent it 2 days ago and it wasn't received or that it wasn't acknowledged. And the point of me sharing that verbally in front of an audience that I've never met before, well, some of them, again, I need to go ahead and reiterate the point that I'm not the owner of this. I'm simply the leader. I'm not the date that you have that you go to his house and there's already steak on the table where you're like, oh, wow, he made me a steak dinner, but did he? Like, because I've seen Mrs. Doubtfire. Did he or did he just order that? The point is, when we're together and when we're so transparent that everyone could see how the sausage is made, and that after a month or two, we could look back and say, Aunt, remember week 3? Aunt, remember week 2? Aunt, remember week 4? Look at where we've come. I know that we're going to go further because I've been a part of the growth. I've seen it firsthand. So I'm never, ever going to be embarrassed to take any level of criticism, advice, or something straight on. Because do I look like a mischievous person? I'm on live every night. I'm as transparent as it. That's my head, right? So Bruce, no problem, just checking. And just to give you an idea, that's who Bruce is, right? Like we all know each other quite well. All right. Thank you, Bruce. So distributivemarketing.com. Now, Rhino Marketplace is through Rhino University. Now, we're going to get to Rhino Partners because everyone needs to do that. Why do I have like a bazillion things being sent to me? Do I look like I care about Rice University? Although I did have rice last night. Delicious. Okay. Rhino University. Now, this is a bit of a tutorial about Rhino University, what it is. I think I'm going to change this copy to be more congruent with the new streamlined process that we're coming out with. Again, by the end of the week, we're going to send everyone an email. You're going to send it back. We're going to have an autoresponder as an A or B. If you wrote this, you get this email. If you wrote this, you get this email. You'll send it back. Then you'll be on the marketplace. We will make you your site. We're just going to do it all. And why are you doing that? Let's get to that. First, this is how you get on Rhino Marketplace. So you go through Rhino University, right? Rhino University. Tell us about your business. Okay, cool. Let's do this, right? My name is Anthony. My last name is Calashone. My email is my name at mycompany.com. My personal phone number is 732-865-6000. The last 3 digits are not the real number. My business name is Rhino Research LLC. My business website is distributivemarketing.com. My business phone number is the same as my regular number. Come on. And this is, you know what? Actually, let's just be honest, right? It's a current business. But I was thinking, what if it was a future business, right? Like, that's a future business. In which case, I don't have a website, right? Because I didn't make one yet. So I put NA. I don't have a business name yet, actually. I still need to come up with one. Yeah, thank you, Gavin. I don't have one. My email is probably a yahoo.com, right? Because I don't have a business website yet. Cool. So tell us about your business. All right. My goal has always been to help those who are who need to better learn foundational knowledge. For instance, a successful business owner is not always a successful online business, because the business owner may not know foundational knowledge about email marketing. It is my expertise to be patient, tolerant, and a good and a strong communicator of foundational knowledge. I believe any person looking to do anything I could help by teaching email marketing and Facebook ads as an example for foundational knowledge for online businesses, right? Cool. So that's the new company I want to make. I'm not a robot. Submit. Why does that say? So you know what? I'm going to have to fix that, but it's probably na.com, right? Why is it telling me? Why is it? I don't even know what's going on here. Oh, okay. It was being a little silly. We saw it happen. I'll have that fixed by tomorrow, but it still worked, right? So I guess I couldn't put NA there. I needed to do na.com. Yeah, in fact, Gavin, you're right. I needed to put the HTTP. But not everyone's going to know to do that. This is my site, and I didn't know how to do that, right? Oh, look, I just got an email. You received a new notification from Rhino. That's where the emails go. So we'll have that fixed tomorrow. So just put simply NA. But for those that see it, you now know. Now, what happens is we receive that email. Like I said, you'll then get triggered for a second email, which is going to be a secondary form. If you're an existing business, you'll have this one. If you're a future business, you'll have this one. Upon completion of those two forms, not both, but either or, you will go to Rhino Marketplace. Now, what's Rhino Marketplace? As of right now, Rhino Marketplace has 6 companies. And Rhino Marketplace has 6 companies because 2 reasons. One, we launched 2 weeks ago. Secondly, it's had 6 companies all week because we just hired the new team member to actually work on only Rhino Marketplace. So again, because we're doing this all in real time, we've said Rhino Marketplace new companies do not need to be put up this week. Let's learn it first. Let's learn the process completely so that next week you can load up the companies. By the end of this, the change URL in the affiliate page goes to 411 when you get it. You can check it back to default, but just so you know. Change URL in the affiliate page goes to. Oh, okay. I'll have the team work on it, but Ant's one of those guys that's like super fancy, the change URL. And not that that's super fancy, but it's so funny. Like I lead this company because I know how to do marketing and be a visionary. But when it comes to offering like a URL, I'm the guy that copies and pastes the big clunky one, right? No, thank you. Again, we're all in this together. I need Ant telling me things like that because then I take note of it. These calls are not only watched by us, but they're watched by our entire team. Again, there's no pride in secretly having things that mess up. I'd rather have things that everyone could see and say, okay, let's fix it together. Like, why not? Duh. So starting next week, this page is going to have many, many more businesses because like I said, everyone's gonna get the email this week. But going back to JP, if I could call you that, Jean-Pierre, you're now JP, if you're okay with it, right? So these are the companies. So let's take a look at, I really love, I keep picking the same ones. Let's pick Minksters. I haven't seen this one yet. Hey, Deborah's in the house. Minksters. We are a master snuggle makers. That's awesome. Looking to help you relax, snuggle in and sleep better. Our blankets, pillowcases, pet bed covers, and more are made with the high quality, hypoallergenic luxury fabric that's made from 100% polyester called Minky. It is one of the softest and most snuggly fabrics you will ever feel. Minksters is family owned and operated, and our products are designed and hand-sewn with love by our talented designers and seamstresses in Omaha, Nebraska. That's pretty cool. That sounds like a cool company. Okay, let's take a look at the website. All right. I mean, how cool, right? Like, let's look at footsies and slippers. I love it. This is like a really nice company. Our partners. Right? That's totally cool. Now, what's the value proposition to anyone on Rhino Marketplace, right? So besides the SEO that we've already shown that our website's #1, right? But those that come to the marketplace on our page are obviously going to see our companies. So a couple of things. One, Anthony, if you have a bunch of companies, do you think anyone's really going to scroll through all of them? Well, 2 things. One, they may, right? You don't know that they're not. But secondly, this page is still being optimized. Once we get to a collection of companies, that means that you have to scroll. We'll have a search bar, fancy like a Google one. We'll have highlights, companies of the day, replays from interviews with the owners, a lot of fun stuff that will allow you to come on this page and say, all right, I'm going to dedicate 2 or 3 minutes to it. And you'll be able to find something entertaining and maybe something that you even go ahead and purchase. What's the value to the companies on the page? Those are all free purchases. Those are all free engagement, free awareness, free brand awareness, right? Also, being on the marketplace, what does it mean for each company? So these meetings that we hold every night have been just me so far because I've really been sharing what it is that we're doing and walking everyone through step by step by step. But come January, Monday, January 3rd, our meetings are going to be a very, very structured first 10 minutes, a bit of a slideshow with the deck that we'll make, a couple of slides, a little bit of me talking, offering updates and things like that. But also then it's going to be interviewing one of our business owners. Hey, let's meet David over at Love Lingo, or Tangi over at Revive, or Leon over at, I think Leon's, is he Set Point? Sorry, I don't want to embarrass myself. He's either Set Point or the other one. Yeah, he's the other one. Oh, no, he's Set Point. Well, apparently my internet doesn't work that well. Leon over at Set Point, right? And we'll be able to interview them. Hey, okay, I want to introduce you to Leon, give him a nice introduction. Leon, tell us about your company. What is it that got you into it? What is your mission statement? What's your value proposition? Show us your main products. Talk to us. And I'm a pretty entertaining person. I can hold an interview very well. The point is, all of those that are on our meeting are going to be able to learn who he is or she is or who their company is, get on their mailing list, maybe purchase a couple of products, maybe be at the right place at the right time for the special, whatever. The point is, everything I just described to you is more than zero. Anything more than zero is a good thing, right? Because no company on our platform will ever pay $1 for anything we do. So Anthony, where's the catch, right? Like, why are you able to do this? Why are you offering all these different platforms and programs? In fact, if you even go back to the front page, you'll see that we have Rhino Wealth, which is an amazing stock market research platform. You now know Rhino University. Rhino Traffic is taking everyone businesses to the next level, where we make you your own business app that we allow others to download. Rhino Partners, which is what we sent in the email today, we highlighted yesterday. Everyone needs to be a partner of the platform. You will start receiving 50 coin immediately every single month, plus 10 coin. Actually, let's just do it. Plus 10 coin for every referral. So let's copy the link. I'm going to put it into our chat. If you have not done the partner yet, do it. It takes 2 seconds. Look, become a partner. You click it, and I'm already a partner. So I'm there, but you'll see. Why does that do that? Do you think I want this there? I don't. Become a partner. And if I wasn't a partner, you would see it, right? Okay. So you go ahead and do that. The 10 coin that you'll get as a referral is simply by bringing someone to the page. That's where your lander page goes. So you off the referral URL that you offer them and lands them to our site. They then go to, on the front page, hey, join tonight's meeting. Tonight's meeting is the webinar registration. Once they click that button, you get rewarded 10 coin immediately. They don't need to even register. Yes, we want them to. Don't coach people to not register. But once they click that button, you will go ahead and get your reward. Okay. Rhino Live is what we're on right now. Rhino Coin, which is the #1 biggest thing, and I'm going to tell you about that in a moment. Rhino Marketplace we just went through. Rhino app is still, we're just waiting on Google and Apple. They're really getting on my last nerve, but that's okay, right? And then, so what do we have coming still? Rhino Health is coming this spring. Rhino Music is this spring. Rhino Dating is this summer. Rhino Politics is this fall. And Rhino Events, where we're just going to have the most kick butt blowout event. Rhino's going to pay for everything. Welcome everyone from across the globe, and let's go rent out an island or something, right? So that's how that works. So I hope I answered your question, JP, of getting you on the marketplace. I hope I answered everyone's question, how you get on the marketplace. Now, what is Rhino, right? Like, what is the value proposition of Rhino? Why should anyone be on Rhino? What is Rhino doing that's going to change the world, like we so eloquently say as many times as we possibly can, right? So what Rhino is a platform that welcomes all. Okay, that sounds kind of cute, Anthony, right? Rhino Island. Oh my God, we're totally going to do that. Kind of like a Robin Hood of sorts. Because what Rhino's been able to identify is that the current economy does not work for everyone. In fact, it only works for some of us. In fact, the top 1% own 99% of the wealth of this globe. which means the bottom 99% are all scrounging to own just 1% of wealth. Therefore, it is absolutely impossible to believe that anyone in the bottom 99% have a fair shot at anything, because the leverage of having all of the money and having 99 times the money as an entire global population allows anyone to say, okay, actually, you know what, but I have this, so you don't, right? And that protrudes into Congress, into politics, into boardroom, into company, into laws, into wages, into social, different type of social causes. When you have an elite class that owns everything, then no one else has any fair shot at it, right? And for that, do you believe that you have the opportunity that you can simply just be born, work your butt off, and have the opportunity to be one of the wealthiest men in the world? Honestly, I've always said yes, right? Like I've always said, of course you can be. Because that's who I am. I'm the eternal optimist. I believe that you tell me no, and guess what? Watch me do it. That's just my personality. It's always been, it's got me where I am, it's gonna get me where I'm going. But the majority of people in this world are not that person. The majority of people in this world are your normal, nice people that want to live a nice life. They want to get married, they want to have kids, they want to have a job that supports them, they want to have a retirement that supports their family, and they want to make sure every generation beneath them is better than the one before them. That's simply the goal. It's the American dream, but it's a dream across the globe. I don't think that's so possible. I don't think that, like, for instance, say you had a small business that your family's been developing and growing over the last 100 years. It just got put out of business. Like, you just got shut down because you were deemed non-essential. And while you were shut down, the essential businesses took all your customers, undercut your prices because they had such balance sheets that they were able to do so. Government was able to give you enhanced unemployment and maybe a PPP program. Well, they printed $10 trillion of new money. The stock market went to all-time highs. The top 1% became even richer. Everyone in Congress was trading all those stocks, and you got a couple of bucks. Well, the nation printed $38,000 per person in this nation, right? Like, did you have a fair shot? And do you have a fair shot going forward? COVID, think whatever you want of it, but Pfizer is now saying that they believe the COVID vaccination is going to be an annual thing. Do you think Pfizer had a vested interest in allowing the science or allowing the board members or allowing the certain people to influence that, hey, it's like the flu, COVID, you should have a shot every year? Do you know the billions they're going to commit to the destruction of everything underneath them, right? What about the social challenges, right? This group doesn't like this group because this group does this and this group does this, when all the while we're all neighbors, we're all on the same team. We're told to hate our neighbors because here's the problem. If we ever woke up one day and said, hey, listen, that 1% literally just printed $38,000 per person, gave me none of it, but they're passing the bill to my children, well, they get to sit there and make laws, make dictates, fire me, put me out of business, lock me up, tell me to sit in my home, and the inflation allows me not even to buy the food I could, can't afford the employees I did have, the business I thought I had, I don't have anymore. Now I have to sit there and say, God, I hope my vote counts next time, right? Does any of that even sound close to making sense? And you can sit there and say, oh, well, Aunt, you're getting a little worked up. Yeah. Think about what social media has done to our generation. And we're fully formed adults with fully formed brains. Do you think we're the target? We're not. The target is our children. Our children are going to grow up, and they already do, with the smartphone and all of the new wokeness and progressive this and all of the rest of it, where you're not allowed to say your son is a son based on him having a penis. You have to wait for him to grow up and say that he's a boy, right? This is how they're growing up. And you can have whatever opinion you want of that stuff, but the generation underneath us that is growing up with social media and not having a fully formed brain are completely susceptible to the elites that own the social media companies, right? So when you have a full generation that's being mobilized by simply a very small collection of people that are all part of the uber wealthy that have taken from our generation to use it to own the next generation, what does that generation look like? You very easily could say 2 generations from now, nobody's able to think for themselves anymore. In fact, the debt that's being piled on crushes the nation and everyone's simply left with universal income, right? things got so bad, we have to have universal income. Well, here's the problem with universal income, like any type of universal, anything. If someone gives you something, they own you. It's just the way it is. When you're dependent on someone, they own you, period, end of story. Therefore, if you have an entire nation of dependents because no one's able to grow their own stuff anymore, you have a serious problem. So what Rhino is doing is been able to identify this economy is not working for us. This economy is not working for our people, our 99% of the population. So we're going to create an alternative. We're going to create a competitor to the other economy. Here's how that works, right? So the 1% own 99% of the wealth. That sounds powerful, right? Look how much money they own, they could crush you. Yeah, sure, great. You know what also that is? It's the most vulnerable position to be in. Because that money that they own, all of that wealth, what are they doing with it? You can't just put it in a savings account somewhere. It doesn't work like that. You're constantly a target for everyone that wants what you have. So you constantly have to move things around and keep it safe. So what do? You own companies, right? You own Target, you own Walmart, you have guards, you have big houses, you have nice things. You're with your friends, you own Congress, you own your politicians, you have debt, you own bonds. These are the things you have. What are they all dependent on though? All of those are bills. They all require you to pay. No one's going to keep you safe if you can't afford it anymore, right? It's not even the bank. How many different countries where the banks have just said, okay, we're not giving you your money back. You constantly are in the most vulnerable position because you're expected to have so much. The point is, the uber rich, the top 1% are the most vulnerable they've ever been. And what they're vulnerable to is their assets. Like they no longer own their assets own them. Because here's the thing, they have why is my chair so low? They have so much money, so much of their net worth tied into their companies, into their debt, into the politicians, into their employees, into their benefits, into so much stuff that if they no longer have an income, they don't go bankrupt, they don't go to zero, they go well below zero because now they owe the debt, they owe the bonds, they are now bankrupt, they owe this, they owe that, in which case the top 1%, if something happened, could go from the richest to the poorest like that, which to me is the definition of really being the most vulnerable. Protect your assets offshore, right? They could put them wherever they want because what they're vulnerable to is their companies. What they're vulnerable to is their customers. For the first time ever, the 99% of the population that only share 1% of the wealth, like us normal people, actually own the top 1%, but we just don't know it. We don't know it because we're always told, hate your neighbor, hate this, hate that, do this, racist that, blah, 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 blah. And we're moving left and right and left and right. What if we ever decided as a group, right? Like, what if we ever got together and said, guys, how about we just don't shop at Target anymore? Can everyone just agree to that? We're the 99%. We are 99% of the population. Can we make a deal? Hey, Target, we're going to make an example of you. None of us will ever shop at your stupid store again. And all of you other jerks, take notice. Do you know what happened to Target? Like, seriously. Done. There would be no more Target. Target would go to zero. The owner of Target would lose everything. The employees would lose a job, but they would just go on unemployment. I don't know if you noticed, but it's a pretty strong job market out there. More importantly, do you know what the other CEOs of those other companies would do? They would say, holy, these peasants finally got together and realized that, yeah, we have 99% of the wealth, but they have 99% of the population. Like, that's a fucking problem. Okay. So they act right, they fix things, and the world gets changed. Okay, cool, right? But how did you benefit? Did you become a millionaire changing the world? No, you just changed it. Did the top 1% lose any money? No, they still have it. They're just going to do better with it, right? They're going to do better. But are they? They're just going to wait you out, dissect you a little more, make sure that doesn't ever happen again. So yeah, that's a good idea, but it's not the ultimate idea. You want to know the ultimate idea? what Rhino's doing. Let's just create an alternative. So what the Rhino platform does, it welcomes all of our demographic on, the 99%, the people that have companies, that wish they had companies, the people that are good, hardworking Americans, Australians, UK, Canada, Mexico, New Zealand, all of the countries, Ireland, that we have on our platform. Hey, do you have an existing business? Cool, let's put you on the marketplace. Hey, do you have a business that you would like to have? Cool, let's build it for you. Now, yeah, that sounds all well and good, but for these businesses to be successful, you need to have customers, right? So what if we made that offer to everyone? It sounds like a good offer, right? Oh, I have a business, I could be on your platform for free and get exposure and people will buy my stuff. And I see what you're doing. It sounds really high moral, high ethical. I'm with you, let's do it. Cool, I'm with you. Well, how many of you would say that? A lot. So if we're making this offer to everyone and everyone would say yes to it, or at least a large percentage of them, then what is the market? What is the demographic? What is the amount of members that we can possibly have? A lot. What's that depend on? Well, it depends on a couple of things, right? Like our affiliate program, we need everyone's help, our ads, our email marketing, our exposure, all of which we have diagrammed out. Like we have current ad spend right now. We just finally started doing ads this week. We have an email marketing program that's actually pretty good. We have booked interviews and exposure and awareness programs all booked for 2022. We have media events, we have all the rest of it. In fact, I'm looking at just going to random places and holding big events. This is what we have going for us because this message resonates. Okay, so we get all these people on, right? Cool. So now everyone that's on understands that they were here for a reason, that we're all doing something together. So everyone that is a business owner is also a customer of another business. In fact, every business that's on the platform started the same way. They were either an existing business that was doing okay, but they wanted to participate, or they were a business that didn't exist and was made from the platform. The success of each business depends on the support via the platform, right? So when we have these meetings, when we have the replays, when we have the highlights and the emails and the marketing and all the rest of it, when our platform says, oh, cool, I like that company, or I like that company, I like that person, I want to be on their mailing list, include me in this, email me that, it's very conceivable that everyone's business starts gaining more traction. Everyone, because we're 99% of the population. Do you know what an economy looks like when 99% leave one and go ahead and make their own, but support only theirs? It changes. The 1% is only 1% of the population. We could get rid of them like that. But how do we get their money, right? Like that's the thing. That's the difficulty, because we can leave them and then they're just stuck with their money. Yeah, we can leave their businesses and their businesses go bankrupt, and then the money goes to the bondholders, and then it goes to the stakeholders, and eventually gets to us. But how can we get rich on Rhino, right? Like that's the whole goal. Here it is. I think I'm gonna, there it is. Excuse me. Rhino has developed Rhino Coin, which is what you see right here. And before you say, okay, another coin thing, save it, right? That's not this. Rhino Coin is going to be the exclusive means of transaction in January 2023 of the Rhino platform, which means that's 13 months from now. Now, how is it going to be the exclusive means of transaction? Well, all of the members of Rhino have and will agree that they will go ahead and implement the Rhino wallet come time, January 2023. What does that mean? Every company is able to make their transactions and facilitate them exactly the way it is. There's no friction. You're not going to have to say to a customer, hey, listen, can't take your dollars because we only do Rhino Coin, therefore you have to buy Rhino Coin. No. You will go ahead and facilitate your transactions exactly as you do. In January 2023, Rhino Coin will be fully registered and will be on free-floating marketplaces like Coinbase or Kraken or any of those, right? Upon a company selling a product, they're going to come into the dollars or the euros or the yen, whatever. That is then going to be converted immediately by the Rhino wallet to sell the dollar or sell whatever to then buy the Rhino Coin. that market transaction happens automatically, which means, stay with me because this is where it gets important, which means every transaction on the Rhino Marketplace is a buy for Rhino coin. Okay, but Ann, I get it, but now you're saddling all businesses with this Rhino coin. Like, they can't pay their bills in Rhino coin. They can't pay their mortgages in Rhino coin. No, they can't. What every business is allowed to do, and not allowed, I don't want to say allowed like some people aren't allowed. It's a free floating platform, free floating marketplace, right? So upon collecting your Rhino coin, you're able to then sell it immediately. Go on your Coinbase account, sell it. Go on your Kraken account, sell it. You're entitled to the money right away. Well, and that kind of sounds silly. They're buying the coin, but then they're selling the coin. Yeah, it's called volume. It's called transactions. It's like the dollar. When a currency or when a means of transactions has participants, adoption, transactions, and volume, it has a value. That value is then dependent on what supports the value. The members, the adoption, the businesses, the growth rate, the demand, the transactions, all of that stuff. Okay. So how do we measure that stuff? Well, here's the cool thing. Because we know the coin is going to be the exclusive means of transactions in January 2023, and because we know it's going to be supported by those metrics, the question then becomes, how do we project the value of it, right? How do we go ahead and project what those metrics are going to be? Well, if we already know the platform is a free platform that's allowing everyone on the mantra of let's go ahead and create an alternate economy that goes ahead and empowers each company, that allows each company to support each other, which houses hundreds of thousands and millions of businesses that are growing on the platform and buying from other business owners. Well, that's pretty cool. That's a very, very supportive ecosystem for any type of coin. Now, what about this? That coin, do you think every company on the platform immediately coming into the coin is immediately going to sell it? No. In fact, if the coin keeps going up in value, there'll be companies that say, yeah, we sold $100 in church, we came into $100 in coin, let's redeem $75 of the coin, let's take 25 on the balance sheet because I believe in it. Like, look how good we're doing. It keeps going up in value. Let's keep it. So how about this? Rhino coin in January 2023 will be the first time ever any coin has ever been in existence that is dependent and supported by a full platform, millions of members, hundreds of thousands of businesses, millions of dollars in transactions on a weekly basis, and being held as investments on company balance sheets. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. But Ant, you just made like a lot of really bold claims. Like, how do you expect to get to that, right? Okay, let's do it. This is how everyone's going to get rich. It's now 8:42. I keep promising I'll be done by 9. I sometimes go to 9:05. I'm not doing it today though, because I noticed it with 17 minutes left. So if you go to the Rhino coin section, okay, I'm putting it in the chat. Everyone stay with me, pull it up, right? I'll give you a second. I want to have a sip of water anywhere, but if you could pull that up, that'd be great. The reason I say pull it up, and by the way, we did a really great presentation on Rhino coin back on the 22nd of November. So I went ahead and put that here. On your own time later, please watch it. It's really quite fantastic. All right. Rhino coin is the only time ever that I know in existence, and again, going back to transparency, that a company actually posted their own balance sheets in real-time view only. In fact, posted their balance sheet with 112 weeks of projections. In fact, posted their balance sheet with 112 weeks of projections. That's actually each number is calculated based on the number before it. Meaning if you change one number, the whole sheet changes. Okay, so let's pull up. So Rhino coin. This is the number of weeks. Yellow is weeks that pass. Green is a week that already exists. You see this green week right here as a week 3. There is another green bar lower, which signifies January 2023. Obviously, that's an important date because that's when the Rhino coin is on the exchanges and it's a free floating currency where it's moving by itself with buyers and sellers. Until then, it's a managed market. What that means is we create the price, we create the market, we guarantee it, we allow you to buy, we allow you to sell, and we uphold it. How are we able to do that? Because we have members, and we have members that are constantly coming in. We have growth of members, growth of businesses, growth of transactions. We have projections. We know where we're going. And by the time that the coin becomes free floating, everyone's going to make more money than they know what to do with. So everything is in balance. Okay. So column 1 is the number of weeks. Column 2 is the average number of daily traffic on the site. No, my God, Karen, share with everyone. Our job is that we have millions of members. We share with everyone. In fact, put it in the next, go out for dinner, get a sticker, put it in the menu, and do that for every dinner you go to, right? Okay. Well, the QR code, right? This is the average traffic on the website per day. This is the number of webinar registrants, like the meetings that we're on right now, how many people actually registered to be on. This is the number of platform members. This is the number of platform businesses. This is the number of transactions. This is the transactional volume. What this calculation projects is that each transaction is $27. What this calculation projects is that there's 1 out of 10 members buy something once a week, right? Okay. This column goes ahead and shares how much coin is owned by the members. This column goes ahead and shares how much coin is owned by the investors, so the members that are purchasing additional coin. This is the literal value of the coin. If you take the weekly transactions divided by the supply of coin, which is only 1 billion, that's the literal value of it. This is the demand ratio, which is the amount of purchases done by the members plus the amount of purchases done by the investors on a weekly basis, divided by the billion in supply. This is the growth rate, what the platform is growing over a 3-month period. And this is the value of the coin. Again, until you get to this line right here, this is January 2023. This is a managed market, which is what you'll see right here, right? Until January, the coin is 1.5 cents, 0.015. In January, it's 0.02. In March, it's February, it's 0.03. In March, it's 0.04. The coin will go up 1 cent per month until January 2023, which means the value of the coin today at 0.015 will never, ever, ever be valued at 0.015 ever again as of January. The same thing goes for 2 cents. It will never be 2 cents again as it gets to February, right? Okay, cool. So how do we get the value of the coin? Stay with me. I'm going to read this and show it to you, right? The weekly transactional volume divided by the total Rhino coin supply of 1 billion, then multiplied by the projected demand ratio, which is Rhino coin monthly member disbursement trend plus Rhino coin weekly purchase trend divided by total supply. Then that's multiplied by the 3-month growth rate in weekly transactional volume. Okay, what does that all mean, right? So if you take all of that and move always down to week 112, mind you, we're in week 3, you get a value of Rhino coin of $44,638. Now, mind you, this was 132,000 last week. It's down to 44 now because we have not gotten the amount of members we've wanted to have on just yet, which is a complete function of hiring new team, training, and building out the processes, right? Building out the affiliate system, taking it slow with the ad spend, taking it slow with the email marketing, taking it slow with different things so that we have everything perfect so that when we pour the gasoline on the company and pour the gasoline on everything that we're doing, we're able to handle it. There is no glory in owning a restaurant, inviting 1 million people to come, 1 million people come, and 999,995 don't eat a meal. Then you just look like an idiot. That's not us, right? So this number will go up, and let me show you, right? So stay with me, and I want you to see something. This number right now is 44,638. Look at the formula. Let's J11, J118 times K118 times L118 times 10,000 because they are in percentages, then times only 0.1, meaning This calculation is based on the fact that we never realized 90% of the value. This is if we only get 10% of the projected value, this is 44,000. The projection is slightly higher than it was yesterday, though. Yeah. So Brian, thank you for noticing. These numbers right here are weekly numbers. So today's only Wednesday. Yesterday was only Tuesday. Every day more members join. So as these numbers increase, it gets closer to what the weekly number actually is. So if you take a look at 2 weeks ago, we were at 185. No, 181. How is that even possible? Okay, so we're at 185. And because webinar registrants are members, so obviously I updated this number, but not that number. And what's cool is we have Anonymous Loris and Anonymous Grizzly on right now, because I do see that other people are on our page, and you would have seen that number update. So 2 weeks ago, we had 185 members. Last week, we had 277. This week, we already have 306. That number is increasing by over 15%, which means we're doing quite well. Now, I want to show you something. So this 44,638. Okay, remember that number. Now, this week, I would say we probably get to 325, 330. Next week, I would say maybe around 450, maybe 500. The week thereafter, we're going to get over 1,000 because by then our affiliate system is really going to be pumping. I still have to create content to share with you so that you could share with everyone else so that you could get rewarded by bringing people on. I still need to go ahead and welcome new members and allow them to exponentiate all the new members they welcome on. Right now, our ad spend is $40 a day. By that week, we're going to be up to around 200 to 300 a day with metrics fully locked in, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. By then, we're going to start having our awareness campaign in terms of having interviews with influencers, you'll see different types of things where people are going to know who we are, right? So this number is 405, right? So let's say, so let's say this number, we end up getting up to 1,000, right? Now take a look at these numbers. You don't need to memorize any one of them, but just look at them. They're going to all change. Now, something as innocuous as week 5 members on the platform. If I change that to 1,000, ready? Everything changes. And everything changes because it's all projected based on the number before it. And what's even more important than that is these projections are all AI coded, meaning that when these real-time numbers come to fruition, they then go ahead and record the growth rates in those real-time numbers. And then they extrapolate those growth rates going forward. Meaning every day that goes on, you're going to get a closer and closer picture to what that ultimate coin value is going to be. So you see that we have 1,000 there. Let's scroll down. Oh, that's amazing, Karen. Good night. And tell your son he's like really a good kid. So this 1,000 right here, let's scroll down to that number. Remember, 44,000 was projected value week 112. It's now 269,000. You're going to say, Anthony, how's that even possible? You're telling me such an innocuous thing about between having 400 and 1,000 members in week 5 of 112 weeks is going to change that number that much? Yeah, because take a look at it, right? So that number then affects the number of businesses that are on, which affects the number of transactions, which affects the number of transactional volume, which affects how much coin is owned by everyone, affects how much coin is being purchased, affects demand ratio, growth rate. Now let's go ahead and take a look at week, say 33, right? You now have 50,000 members. You have 2,000 businesses. Wait, what's this? Yeah. You have 5,000 weekly transactions amounting to 135,000 a week in transactions. You have 60 million coin owned by members. You have 715 million coin owned by investors. The demand ratio is getting pretty close. It's at 0.78. The growth rate is 615%. The coin is only valued at 7 cents. What does that mean? Because it's valued at 7 cents, but when it becomes a free floating coin in only 5 months, it's going to be valued at $4. If I could buy something at 7 cents and sell it at $4 4 months later, I'm doing it. All right. Well, how do we know that that number holds, right? Well, we're going to know what the numbers are the next week. We're going to see what they are. We're going to know what they are every single day. We're going to be on a call every single day. None of this is hocus pocus. We're all doing this together. Here's the name of the game. If everyone buys the same thing and it's supported by everyone's success on a platform that they agree to go ahead and transact in that thing, then the 99% finally found the way to value population. Let that sink in. We found a way to capture the. Again, when everyone does something, you want to do it, right? Because that's a lot of people. But you see things like Dogecoin and GameStop and AMC, and people buy it and it goes flying higher. But does everyone buy it? Like, who buys GameStop at 400 knowing that it's not really worth 400? Who buys Dogecoin at 50 cents knowing it's not really worth 50 cents? Who buys Shiba knowing it's not really worth valued at that, right? Some people do, most people don't, and still look at the value of those items. What about a coin that's directly supported by value higher than what you're buying the coin for? What about a coin that's valued by actual real people actually having businesses, actually making sales? Welcome to Rhino. That is what we're doing. This is not me, it's us. So either you want to continue trying to work in this economy that is rigged against you, and if you want to try to do it, knock yourself out, or do you want to be a part of something bigger, something better, something that you can go ahead and be remembered for generations to come? Because here's the thing, right? Okay, so this week it's worth $4.16, right? So you have email swaps. So Letty, we're actually making all of that this week. And I'm going to have that out to everyone because I do need to do that, right? Let's freaking go. Yeah. So it's $4.16 here, right? You're able to buy it for $1.50 now. So let me go ahead and put this number back so it's accurate, right? Okay. So I want to show everyone how you actually purchase it, because everyone could say, yeah, sure, that all looks great, I could purchase it, but how do I sell it? You're telling me it's not on a free floating platform. It's not, I can't get it on Coinbase till January 2023, but you say you'll buy it. Yeah, we guarantee the market. So before I show you how to buy it, let me show you how to sell it. You see the page, right? It's right here. Scroll down. Ready to sell. Okay. My name is Anthony. My last name is Calashone. This is my email. Okay, I just bought it at $1.50 because I'm smart, which I hope you are, and you're going to buy it tonight. If you don't, you can do it tomorrow. Like, I'm not pressuring you, but because I know what's going to happen, and I know at that moment you're going to say, God, Anthony, I really wish you pushed me. That's what I'm doing today. So respectfully, you should be doing this. Anyway, sell limit price. Okay, so I bought 66,000 tonight, which is $1,000. Okay. I bought 66,000 at, well, let's just put it in round numbers. I bought $1,000 worth at 1.5 cents. I want to sell some at 9 cents. That's like a 600% gain. Okay, cool. Well, that $1,000 bought me 66,666 coin. And mind you, it's because 1.5 cents divides into that number in sixes. Like, I'm not partial to like the devil, right? I want to sell, just so I don't have sixes anymore, I want to sell 26,666 and 67 coin. Cool. I'm requesting to sell Rhino coin. I submit to terms and conditions, right? Like, terms and conditions, guys, it's not like and read the fine print type of thing. It just describes exactly what I just said to you. And please read it, like, it's there. Okay. I'm not a robot. Palm tree, palm tree, palm tree, verify, submit. Then I go ahead and receive that email, that notification, and your sell order gets placed in that month, first come, first serve, that the buyers of the coin in that month are going to fulfill your sell order. And if they don't, I'll buy it, because I can promise you something. When I know all the numbers, I have no problem buying your coin at 9 cents when I know 3 months later it's gonna be $4, right? So if you need the money, God bless. Okay, get the Rhino coin. Oh, first let's go over public ledger. Not only do we show you our entire balance sheet, it's 9 o'clock now, I'm really, really sorry, give me till 9:05. Not only do we show you the complete balance sheet of what we're doing, how about everyone that owns the coin? Constantly updated. So Rhino owns 50 million coin for itself because we have incentive programs for our team members, and everyone in Rhino should participate as well as you do. But what about Solomon? Look, 3,050,000. Now it's 3,100,000. Why? Because every month you receive 50 additional coin. That is also what I would like to share with you. Everyone on this call is receiving 50 coin a month, because here's the deal. Not only do we want to go ahead and present an offer that allows you to become rich for generations to come, but it's not something you can become rich so you can go sit and go like buy margaritas for pretty girls in bikinis, or pretty guys, right? Whatever you want to do. But it's because your influence and how you gain that wealth is going to be passed down to your generations, to your community. We could be the branch that then changes the world, and that's what we're going to do. So every month you receive 50. Every time you bring someone as an affiliate, you're going to receive an additional 10. So let's take a look. Guys, I show you this not because I want to go ahead and put people's names out there, but because in any type of environment, in any type of coin thing, you should know others are in it too. Because when we're live every night and everyone's a part of it, it's not exactly like I could just pick up and leave and go somewhere, right? Like there's a lot of people that will be really upset. The point of me saying this to you is we offer it to our entire community. Everyone knows everything that's going on. I am not the owner. I'm simply the leader. So that's the ledger. Okay, so I'm running short on time. Get the Rhino coin. I'm going to copy and paste this. Everyone, please, I'm going to give you 1 second. Pull that up. I'll take a sip. We have 3 minutes. Okay. So you see the value of the coin over the next year, right? January 2022, 2 cents. February 2022, 3 cents. March 2022, 4 cents, right? Everyone can read. There we go. Yeah, no, Brian, today's that happy 50 free coin. And then January 23 market price, right? You're able to buy coin in $100 increments because $100 is a nice round number that everyone can do if they wanted to, right? Okay. I suggest purchasing 1,000. That's not because I want to take all your money, because I don't. This is your coin, and it's obviously going to make a profit over the next year. And it's obviously a part of something that's going to be pretty good. If you don't think that, you shouldn't still be on this call, but you are, because we all understand each other, right? The reason I say 1,000 is because I don't want to do 100 and everyone to feel like, oh, he did 100, so we should do 100. No, do what you can. There are those that have done 50,000. There are those that only do 100. Whatever is comfortable to you, you go ahead and do. Hey, what's up? The point of me saying that is when this all comes to fruition, right? Like, how about as early as January, February, and March, where someone sells a little bit of coin and we go ahead and highlight, oh, you bought coin, you sold coin. Are you happy? Yes. And you're going to look back and say, oh my God, I could have bought it back then and sold it now, right? Like you could have made money. So let's say 10 times 100 is 1,000, right? So let's go to purchase. Now this says 20 because I bought 10 yesterday. So let's put it back to 10. 10 times 100 is 1,000. Subtotal 1,000. Excuse me. SSL, secure shopping, the most secure way to purchase anything online. If you don't see it on the platform, don't buy it. Obviously, you see it here. Obviously, I'm speaking from a biased point of view, but it's because I got to choose the strongest one, so I chose the strongest one. Hence, my bias is simply just offering a level of security that other lazy people that don't want to spend the money don't do. So I have no sympathy for them, right? So SSL is the best. Go to checkout. Okay, so these are the ordering details. my email, my first name, my last name. You don't need to know my address, my city, my country, my state, my zip code, my phone number minus the last 3 digits. You put that information in, continue. Delivery method, it's free shipping, because immediately you're going to receive an invoice confirming the transaction you just made. In fact, that's what I want to tell everyone. Everyone, by tomorrow, you're going to receive your updated certificates, because everyone that's new, every month you get Rhino coin certificates that certify the amount of coin you own. This is what it looks like. Your name, the amount of coin you own, my signature, our seal, and the purchase price, which will be a blended purchase price by the time you spend a couple of months buying stuff, which will allow you to know what you own it at and what it's valued at, so you can understand your own profit and loss. Not loss, but you know what I mean. But for everyone that owns coin, like that whole ledger, this is coming to you by tomorrow morning. Abigail already confirmed that with me today. I was sitting with her right here 2 hours ago. Okay. So you go to continue. Put in your information, whether it's your debit card, your credit card, your savings card, whatever. Click continue, and then your transaction is done. You will be the happy owner of Rhino coin at 1.5 cents. Now, I cannot stress this enough. When it's no longer 1.5 cents, it will be no more 1.5 cents. And I cannot stress this last point enough. I know that in 2 years or 1 year, when you're counting the money that you made and high-fiving, you're going to say, and guaranteed, because you're greedy, because we're all greedy, you're going to say to me, Anthony, God, I wish I bought more. And I'm going to say to you, well, I did a really good job. I tried to tell you this. And you're going to say, I know, but I kind of wish you just pushed me a little bit because of how happy I'd be right now. In fact, if I had a time machine, I would go back and do it. Well, this is the time machine, because I already know that conversation is going to happen. I already know what the coin's going to be worth. I already know what this next year is going to look like, because I know all this stuff, because I'm leading it. And I'm not going to fail. Guys, do you know what's our platform? We're bringing people on, whether they're a business or non-business, so that we can upgrade them into a marketplace that's patronized by all the members that are looking to support each other. Because everyone's support of each other builds and supports a transactional volume that builds and supports the value of a coin that's exclusive to those transactions. While everyone owns the coin, everyone gets to buy more of the coin, meaning everyone's participation directly affects the value of the coin that they own. This is taking back the 1%. This is taking back our wealth. This is creating an alternate economy. This is creating something that will be remembered. Damn it, it's 9:07. I really, really tried for 9:05. But 9:07 is not bad. To only be 2 minutes over is like, for those that are new, it's really like a modern miracle. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Guys, you have the link, right? Did I just do product page? Yeah, okay, so that's the coin page. Go and go, thank you. And don't let it go unnoticed. I know who said thank you, and I'm happy, go and go, and I'm happy you're back. Just, participate with us and be happy. All right. I registered as a partner a few weeks ago and didn't get any coins. Who do I contact? So, John, the certificates are all coming out tomorrow. And just to go ahead and confirm a little bit more, right? So, in real time, Rhino coin, Rhino ledger. If we're looking for Jean-Pierre, let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Line 173, you have 100 coin. That certificate that you're going to receive tomorrow, I think is going to show 50 because it's going to certify the month that just finished. I'm pretty sure that's the way Abigail knows to do it. That's the way it will be going forward. But you are line 173. We do know you own coin. The whole world knows you now own coin. And be careful, because everyone's going to, a year or two from now say, hey, JP, dinner's on you. And you're going to say, oh, gosh, darn it. Why am I so rich? Right? All right, guys, you're really, really getting me to go. Will there be any way to see this live in the future? This is always live, right? And this live that we're doing right now, this meeting, is always on our Rhino vlog. So all of our meetings are always right here. If you want the direct link to our YouTube channel, right here. I'm going to answer it in the group chat. Oh, Letty, good. This is the YouTube channel where you'll always see all of the videos. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Guys, totally love you. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And we really, okay, I'm going to say this. I need your help. I'm going to do my best to have the affiliate system. Well, this affiliate system is already up, but to provide the content, I need everyone to just to share with friends, family, loved ones, strangers. I don't care. We need, again, we are in complete control of our own destiny. If we all work, we're going to make it. So I'm not going to be everyone's friend. I will crack the whip, I'll pound my desk, I'll knock over. This is what we're doing. So I need everyone's help with the affiliate stuff, and we'll go ahead and spend some time on that tomorrow. All right. I love everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.